What are steps that people can take to avoid being influenced by demons or possessed by them?
Well, the main thing to do is stop sinning, right? Especially the more serious stuff. Like stop fornicating, stop doing all this, stop looking at pornography, because pornography is where we're seeing the real uptick in obsession and stuff. The number of people becoming diabolically obsessed through pornography and even possessed, we've seen a drastic uptick. When I was first a priest, people come to confession to a priest. So when I was first a priest, the guys that would confess pornography, you didn't hear that too often because you had to go buy it. And there was a shame involved. Now that it became ubiquitous on the internet, you can do it in the privacy of your home. Men that are confessing is almost pretty high up there. What we're seeing is the fact that a lot of the pornography is cursed to increase its addictive effect. That was one of the things that the Satanists taught the people in the porn industry. Curse the master copy, and then from that, the copies that are made will influence the people.
So you believe the porn industry is controlled by Satanists?
I don't know if it's controlled by it. My impression is these are just bad dudes. I think that they're influenced by them. It doesn't mean that there aren't Satanists that are involved in the porn industry. I suspect there probably are, but I just think that they're the ones who taught them, this is what you do, and this will boost the addictive effect of it. There's one exorcist, it wasn't me, but there was another exorcist that I know of who's a good friend of mine. He had a case where the guy became possessed. There's a certain stage where the demon gets weak enough you can compel him, how did you get in? And he said, pornography. After the session, he asked the guy, what happened? He said, I would believe it's pornography. He said, I watched this one pornography that had this one woman on it. After that, something snapped or changed. And from that point on, I had to see every piece of pornography she ever made. I was just driven obsessively to find her. So that's one of the ways that they get in. To answer your question, there's a few things. One is prayer and fasting. And if you're praying regularly, you can pray for your own protection. That's actually one of the reasons I gave you the book, Deliverance Prayers for the Laity. That book actually contains a number of prayers that are drafted. You don't have to use those. You can use your own, but this gives you kind of an outline or a structure. They say, okay, this is how this works. So consistent prayer life, a disciplined prayer life. You have to be very disciplined. Second part of it is fasting, which is also true. One of my lay assistants, this was about 3 years ago, we started noticing a very pattern, because this is what we wish. We watch for patterns because demons act in a very consistent way. We started noticing is the people that the demons attack, whether that's attacking their externals through oppression or through obsession, and even in temptation in some cases, are people that there's some area of their interior life that is undisciplined. They eat too much. Or when it comes to chocolate, they're too indulgent instead of just trying to moderate those things. Not that those things are bad, it's quite the contrary, they're good, but they have to be moderated. Or the person just doesn't moderate like their irritation or anger in certain circumstances, things like that. So there's some area of their life that's undisciplined. Sometimes it's just they're not praying. You should be praying on a consistent basis every single day. I mean, if you really love God, if you really love Him, you're going to want to be with Him, and that occurs through prayer. A lot of people just don't do that.